Hey, what's going on, guys? Now, a few of you guys need help with getting better at Call of Duty. Now, there is a few things you guys need to know. It's not so much about aim and shoot, but you also have to think outside the box. Things you guys probably don't even really think about when you're setting up your class weapons, what level you're playing on, and so forth. Let me go ahead and give you a few tips. Hopefully this can help your gameplay. I'm not the best gamer out there, but since we're on the gaming community, I think it'd be better that we all help each other and we all achieve better scores. Alright, so the first thing we want to talk about today is going to be guns. Now, selecting your guns is a big priority in each level. Now, you're not going to bring a sniper to a small map. It could work if you're really good at snipers, but sometimes it doesn't. That's why you have to pretty much choose what kind of gun is fit for this map. For example, if you're in a building with a lot of rooms and not so much clearway for bigger guns, you can take a smaller gun. For example, PDW if you're playing a different game like Medal of Honor, or a Kypris if you're playing this game, Black Ops. So different things you kind of have to keep in mind. If you're longer range level, then you want a bigger gun, depending on what it is. And it also goes with attachments. Be careful what attachments you put on your gun. Of course, the best thing to put on your gun is going to be a grip. The grip reduces the recoil, and a suppressor also does that as well. But keep in mind, when you put a suppressor, the damage goes down slightly, so you have to get a little bit closer or aim more for the head. That's going to be a big thing. So pretty much red dot sights, that's all acceptable. If you like to do with iron sights, that's even better. Another thing what you guys kind of want to do is play as a team. Now, if you're not playing as a team, you're not going to get kind of far. Now, some of you guys like to play like the lone wolf, which is pretty cool. I mean, I do that sometimes as well. But if you're with a team that you already know, a few buddies or so, play like a team. That means learning the spawn points. If you learn the spawn points, then you guys can go ahead and communicate with each other. Maybe this is what I used to do with my friends. Maybe some of them are on the other side of the map and I'm on this side of the map, so we can go and take care of the spawns correctly. It's not so much as spawn killing. I mean, there is time for them to get out, but it's more of doing capture the flag, different game modes. Pretty much like that. Another thing you guys kind of will have to worry about is perks. Now, you guys might be like, oh, I know my perks, I know what I like to choose. Yeah, that is correct. You guys like to choose your own perks. But let's go think outside of the box for a little bit, depending on your gun. Now, if you have a really big SMG, maybe one of those that have the belt-fed guns, you kind of want to have something like Ghost. Ghost, since you're not going to be as fast, unless you put Marathon with that, you'll be okay. I mean, your speed won't be that great, but if you put Ghost, it's going to kind of minimize you if the spy plane is up, so pretty much you'll be set. Sleight of hand will always be a great choice for that. If you have a bigger gun, take longer to reload, you want to stick sleight of hand on there. I mean, reloading only takes about 2 to 3 seconds, but that 2 to 3 seconds is always crucial, especially if you're in a big firefight. You never want to take more than about 3 or 4 seconds to reload. If you do, your best choice is to take out your secondary, and that's another topic today, secondaries. Sometimes you guys might like the Python, different kinds of handguns. It really depends on what your style is, but like they always say, switching to your secondary is always faster than reloading. But it also, if you pick a stronger gun like the Python, you have less rounds, so you have to make your rounds count. Another good thing is Scavenger. Now, Scavengers is pretty good for any weapon. You pick it up, that's one of the perks. You can go ahead and replenish all your ammo, maybe even some of your grenades, depending on how well you have that down. Think it replenish your throwing knives, your hatchets, pretty much anything you have there, and that's always a really good thing. And a really thing that I like to tell everyone is think before you act. Now, that might not seem like something you would like to do, but it's always crucial. For example, you're not going to storm in where there's 6 guys and you're just going to go and shoot everything up. A thing you might want to do is throw a flashbang before you do that. Maybe even throw 3, depending on how well you can carry your flashbangs. I usually throw 2, if I'm entering a building. Now, if you throw about 2, you flash them twice. Stun grenades, pretty much any of those grenades will help. After you do that, you can go to storm it in. Maybe even throw 1 flashbang, cook a grenade, and toss that in. Then go ahead and start putting rounds down range. That's something that you guys have to keep in mind, depending if you want a better KD ratio. For example, you want more kills and less deaths. I think this one had a bunch of kills and few deaths, and that's pretty much the thinking before you act. and you always have to see how good you're on ammo. If you don't, you know, closer to the enemy, sometimes, again, think before you act. If you're in a building, you don't really have to put rounds down range. Now, if they're turned around, you can just use a knife. A knife is always silent, depending if you don't have a suppressor on your weapon. Some things you kind of don't want to do is put yourself out there on the radar. If you're close to an enemy, you want to do it as quiet as possible. That's pretty much. Your kill streaks are also important as well, depending on what map you're in. You're not going to put a Predator missile in a small enclosed map where pretty much you can't get a kill. I mean, sometimes you can, depending if you can put that through a window, but sometimes you can't. So again, always pretty much do your whole gun loadout in the beginning, depending on who votes for what level. You usually have about 20 seconds or so to do it, and that 20-second right there is crucial. Again, you can go ahead and do it. Like, for example, right here, I'm chasing this guy down. I had a few bullets left, but I kind of I didn't go for the headshot, which I should have done. So you kind of stalk them slowly, and you don't let them know that you're there. That guy saw me, you duck, and my buddy luckily took him out for me, so that was pretty good. He gave me his ammo, and that's pretty much what I'm saying. Especially sometimes when you're alive and you don't have the scavenger, it kind of sucks because you run out of ammo pretty damn fast. And that's a lot of things. I don't know, it's a lot of things I can't express myself on that. The scavenger is really important, especially if you have extended mags. Extended mags go really fast. Again, learning spawns is good for pretty much any level. Right here I wasn't camping, actually. I had to answer my phone, so that way you guys don't be like, oh, you're camping. But no, what I'm saying is learning your spawns. It doesn't even have to be for a team deathmatch, free for all, pretty much ways. Another good thing, especially for this game, would be the gun game. The spawns are easy to learn. If you learn the spawns in any game, I guarantee you, you're gonna have a good KD ratio. Now, you guys might be like, oh, why learning the spawns is a little bit difficult. But I mean, if you play the map over and over again, you're gonna learn where the spawns are. So pretty much you can go ahead, I wouldn't say camp there, but just go in that certain area where you know they're gonna spawn to. Gives you a better kills and better score. Now, again, with the spy planes, if you guys have more than one spy planes, communication with your team is very important. You know, when I play with my friends, we like to communicate, and usually someone will shout out who has a spy plane. Most of us will automatically say, well, we'll have one, but we'll wait, depending on what it is. You don't want to put them all at the same time. Maybe get full coverage, and for example, that would be if someone else has a spy plane, they're going to go ahead and use it. Then after that spy plane is done, then I'll use mine. That way you can have pretty much a whole game with the spy plane. No, it's not cheating, but it's pretty much communicating. So again, you guys remember the tips. I hope this helped you and will improve your game. I'll talk to you guys later. This was Nightblade.
We executed the mission perfectly.